Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Down to Earth Gardening and Design, and I'm out here today on a spring cleanup job, and I just wanted to share some gardening tips with you. I know a lot of you are at home right now and you are looking to get out in the yard and do some garden work. So today we are looking at a large leafed evergreen. This is a rhododendron, and this is going to flower usually in May. We're a little bit early this year. Typically it is mid-May that they flower. And they look a little scary right now because a lot of them have deer damage on them. So the deer love the rhododendrons. It's really tough to deter them. A couple of things that we will do in the fall to deter the deer is put up deer netting, which sometimes can be a little unsightly, but it's very effective at protecting the rhododendrons and a lot of other things that are candy to them. And also, you can also use a spray that is a bit of a deterrent, and you spray that on late fall, and it makes the leaves a little bit bitter to them. So when we see something like this where there is a lot of damage, it's typically on the bottom half of the shrub because that's what they can reach. And the leaves are chewed, and you'll notice that the top is nice and full and green and lush. But I wanted to talk about it because I feel like it does look a little scary, but the best thing to do is to leave it alone and not go at it and prune it hard until after it flowers. So pruning rhododendrons, the best time to do that is after they flower anyway. So it's a perfect time to kind of tackle what's damaged. But there's a couple of things that you can do to help them along and recover from this. I do like to kind of wait it out a little bit because rhodies really don't mind a pruning. So sometimes the shrub will just act like it has had a hard pruning and bounce back. So I'll come and I'll check it out a little bit, and the first thing that I'll do is right now I will clip off or just lightly snip off anything that is dead. And what that will do is it'll help the shrub put more energy or divert more energy into flowering. So you can kind of see what's dead when you eyeball it because there really isn't anything green left on it. But if you're not completely sure, what you can do is just take out your pruners and then just prune a little piece off. And if it's completely brown, then it is dead. And you can take it back up to a healthy piece. So that branch would be right here. And then there's a little bit of green on the end here that's been chewed, and I'm hoping it's going to bounce back. So the second thing that you can do is fertilize. It's a great time of year to fertilize. Evergreens do really well when they're fertilized early spring or late fall. So there's two different types of fertilizer that I like to use, and both are specifically formulated for evergreens. And like I said, this would be considered a broadleaf flowering evergreen. My favorite way is to use these fertilizer spikes. They come in packages, usually of about 12 to 16. And for a shrub this size, I would use 2 to 3 spikes. It'll tell you on the back of the package how many to use for the shrub, and what they're actually going by is the size of the trunk. So typically 2 to 3 inches in diameter would be 2 to 3 spikes. So you would put the spikes out onto the drip line, so that would be 30 or 36 inches from the base of the shrub, and I would space them out evenly. So if I'm using 2 spikes, I would just do them on opposite sides of the shrub. In the package, they come with this nice little plastic cap, and that just kind of protects the spike because what you need to do is get out a mallet or a hammer, and you need to pound it into the ground so that the top is covered. So then what you would do is remove the cap and recycle it for the other stakes. Usually they give you about 2 of these in a package. So you want the soil to cover the spike, and then you would want to water it in, or it's perfect to do it before a good rain. The next option is to use a granule fertilizer, a slow release. A lot of you are familiar with Hollytone, which would be perfect for a rhododendron. And you would read the back of the package and it would tell you exactly how much to use for the shrub. And then also you would use that around your drip line. So again, 30 to 36 inches out. So rhododendrons are beautiful because they are a flowering evergreen, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. I do like them because they're great for naturalizing. This one here is right against the woods or the boundary of the property, so it kind of screens the woods, and it can kind of do its own thing. You don't have to worry about it getting too large. It's fine if it becomes a very large shrub, which it will when it's mature. There are dwarf varieties. One of my favorites that I really like is this PJM rhododendron, which is around 6 to 8 feet tall when mature, and it's a smaller leaf rhodie. So it's flowering now. It's a little bit earlier than the variety behind me. And then it will get a purple or burgundy leaf in the fall, and then keep its leaves for the winter. So this is a really pretty shrub. Rhododendrons like to be planted in part shade, and they do like acidic soil. So when I say part shade, they do best in afternoon sun, so morning shade is great for them, or you could even plant them on the north side of your house. So I think that's it for my tip today. I really hope that you enjoyed it and get out there and do some gardening. If you liked our video, please like it or subscribe to our channel for some more gardening tips. Thanks for joining me.